Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video. And today we are reviewing the Transformers Legacy Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Dinobot, and Terrorsaur. So I was already like all in on Dinobot because I love Dinobot. He's an amazing character. I had the original toy when I was a kid, and I loved it. I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. But when they announced they were doing the original toy colors for Dinobot, I was like, oh yeah, easy choice. I have to get that one. Plus, I really like the mold too. It's a really cool mold, and honestly, I hope Hasbro gets us for more because there's plenty of Beast Wars 2nd, Beast Wars Neo retools, repaints of this mold that we could easily get out of it. And there's a few other fill-in repaints here and there from over the years as well. So if Hasbro's listening right now, and I know some of you are watching and are like, really, this guy wants more repaints? I mean, I could take a couple more. Yeah, it's a cool mold. I like it. I dig it. But we also need another repaint of this. We got to get Laserbeak. Got to get Laserbeak, aka Shattered Glass Pterosaur. Now that we've got this awesome Pterosaur mold, got to get Laserbeak. And Pterosaur looks great too. I mean, I've never really been a fan of the original toy, just because I always thought the original toy mold was just all right. I never liked the colors of the original toy just because for so many years it took 25 years. Yeah, it took 25 years for us to get a proper, or at least close enough looking Terrorsaur for us Beast Wars fans out there, and for growing up so long with a Terrorsaur figure that just looked completely wrong. It was always so mind-numbingly annoying looking at that color scheme. Now, I do think it looks cool on this toy though. I think it translates really well on the modern Terrorsaur mold. And for those of you who weren't able to get a hold of the Golden Disc Collection one, because I know it was an Amazon exclusive, and we've been struggling with Amazon exclusives for a few years now, I know this is a good fill-in for those of you who couldn't get a hold of it. Now, I know I just said I didn't really like this color scheme on the original toy, and I don't. But I don't know. It's grabbing me on this one for some reason. I couldn't help but not pick it up, honestly. So here we go. We're going to review Dinobot and Terrorsaur for you here. Let's start with Terrorsaur. So here he is in the packaging. Again, this is part of the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. Evil Predacon Terrorsaur, as he's referred to as. You got some awesome Terrorsaur artwork there on the side. You got the Buzzworthy packaging artwork there on that side. And on the back, you've got product shots of Terrorsaur. No window, so you can touch the figure while you're looking at it on shelf and get a feel for it if you want. Yeah, there you go. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's see. His wings and stuff are all folded up back here, so getting him out is going to be interesting. Maybe try it like that. Maybe try straightening that stuff out a little. Maybe that'll do something. It's interesting how they got them all. There we go. Folded up in there. That was interesting. All right. Terrorsaur. And like I said, I don't know, I'm oddly drawn to it. I don't know if it's me just getting over the fact that for so long I couldn't stand the original toy because it just wasn't right for so long, but I don't know, there's something about seeing Hasbro keep doing these really awesome modern updated molds for a lot of figures, and then just doing them in the original toy colors that just somehow gets me, because for some reason the original toy colors look really great on these molds. I already took the liberty of taking the tissue paper accessories out, so the arm spikes were wrapped in tissue paper, the blaster was wrapped in tissue paper, and there you go. He is fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. shoulder joints, bicep joint, single jointed elbows. You can bring the wrist in, but that's mostly due to transformation. There's no wrist swivel or anything like that. You do have a waist joint. You kind of got to move his tail out of the way though to get to it, so there you can rotate it, but once you bring that tail back down, you can't really rotate that waist so much. Hips, just above the knee, not quite an upper thigh joint. Single jointed knees, kind of like a secondary knee joint, but again, that's due to transformation. And then ankles are on a ball joint. And that's pretty much it for Terrorsaur in his robot mode. And then, well, he lost his head. Don't lose your head, Terrorsaur. We'll just pop that back on right there for him. There we go. And for comparison, here he is next to the Golden Disc Collection Pterosaur, based off of the original Beast Wars cartoon. And side by side, you know, they look awesome. Now, granted, I prefer this. You know, this is the main Pterosaur in my collection. But, I don't know. It's just something about it. I just feel very differently looking at it in this mold. I don't know what it is, but those original toy colors just keep on grabbing me. I don't know what it is about them, but transformation is just like the other one. We're gonna untab those wings and extend them all the way out. In fact, we're just gonna go ahead and flare them all the way out as well. Make it easy on ourselves. We're going to bring this panel down and bring his tail out as well. And then we're going to, on that double hinge, pull out on the torso and kind of bring it up. And while we're doing that, we're going to fold that robot mode head into the chest there. And then we're going to tab that back into place. Next, we're going to bring that pterodactyl head down and that neck down all the way down onto that torso where the robot mode head was. And just kind of face it forward. Next, we're going to come over here to the arms. We're going to fold those arms in at that wrist joint there that doesn't rotate, and then we're just going to kind of stick his arms on his hips. Basically his arms are on his hips. He's disappointed in you about something. He's about to, oh, I just popped that off the bicep joint there. Click that back into place there on that mushroom peg. There we go. Yeah. Well, that sure doesn't like being in that position, doesn't it? It just popped out on me again. So I guess watch out for that with this, with the Buzzworthy Terrorsaur. My other one, I don't think ever did that to me. There we go. Now you can remove the arm spikes if you want. I just kind of like to leave them there. That's just me. Or you can like change the angle how you have them in there. I'm just going to leave them like so. Next up, we're going to bring that tail back up again. Rotate that around. Close that tail down. Rotate those hips up. And then this tab is going to tab into that inner thigh right there. Same thing on this side. Bring it up. Tab it in. Have those legs brought down on that knee joint all the way down, collapse it all the way, and then bring up that other rear hinge knee joint, bring that all the way up, like so. And then just rotate those dinosaur feet around, and there's his dinosaur feet, and he is in his pterodactyl mode. And you just kind of position those legs where you want them. Come on. There we go. And he looks awesome. Again, I don't know. On the original toy, I'm not crazy about it. But for some reason with this mold, I actually really dig the colors. Even the chickenpox green spots on his back there. I think those look really cool. I dig it. I really dig it. I think it's another really awesome addition and a great, for now, fill-in Terrorsaur, a more affordable option for a modern Terrorsaur. I know for some of you who couldn't get a hold of this, it's going to drive you crazy like it drove me crazy for years not having, a properly colored Pterosaur. But if you can't get a hold of this one for a decent price, I definitely recommend picking them up at your local Target. And then we'll do the comparison and the photos, so just stay tuned for check out our Instagram post where we posted the comparison photos of the two pterodactyl modes side by side. But I'm not going to sit here and do all the transforming here while we've got a Dinobot to cover, you know. So here's Dinobot. Same style of packaging. He's in that Buzzworthy Bumblebee Legacy packaging. You've got some awesome artwork of the original Toy Colors Dinobot there. Product shots of him on the back. Buzzworthy Bumblebee artwork there on the side. And him in Dino mode artwork right there. And open window so you can, you know, touch him and play with it while it's in the box. There you go. And we'll go ahead and pull him out here. Went ahead and pulled out his accessories as well. I think they were tied down, but his, you know, tail weapon, the big spinny shield thingy, and his sword, which the sword on this one I actually like a little bit more. I like that they use more of a white color. It's a very bright white. In fact, I wish they would have gone with like a darker white or maybe a metallic white, but I like this better than the metallic purple they went with for the regular Kingdom Dinobot. And just like with the other Dinobot, you can store his tail on his back. That was another really awesome feature I loved about this toy. That bugged me about the original toy was there was not really any good weapon storage on the original toy mold because of the way they designed it to where his tail port just kind of flatly collapsed onto his back. So you could have it on his back if you if you hinged it down and had his tail sticking up, but it just looked so weird. Whereas this doesn't look too weird, I don't think. And for comparison, oh, my hips are a little weird on this one. For comparison, here he is with the regular Kingdom Dinobot. Now, I know a lot of people, what the internet's been saying about this guy, he looks like an uncooked turkey. And I get it. He does kind of look like a raw turkey, raw chicken. But I just can't help but love this figure. Because, I grew up with this toy. I love the colors of it. And there's some things about the color scheme I like about this figure more than I like about the color scheme of this figure. And there's some things I like about the color scheme of this figure that I like more than on this one. For example, I wish they went with the bronze color on this Dinobot with this one rather than that more orangish color that they went with here. Also, I wish they went with more of the blues like this one has on this figure as well, because the original toy did have some blues, I believe, on it. And I do like the metallic faceplate. I mean, it's very reminiscent of the faceplate the original toy had, because the original toy didn't have the whole face sculpt on it. It just had a face kind of like this with just a blue faceplate. They did use the same head sculpt that they used for the Grimlock from the 2-packs that they did last year as well in the Kingdom line. So we'll probably show Grimlock off with these in the Instagram photos as well. So make sure you're following us on Instagram so you can see all those cool photos. He is fully articulated. He has the same exact articulation as that Dinobot there. So head is on a ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders at the socket and the shoulder itself, upper bicep, single jointed elbow, the hands open and close, wrist joints, and wrist joint there. So all kinds of awesome articulation. Upper waist, or not upper waist, lower waist, hips, just right at the hip as well. You got a swivel joint, single jointed knees, side ankle joints, forward and back on the foot as well. And then, of course, you get a little bit of articulation there due to transformation. He can hold both of his weapons and look cool doing it. just like the other Dinobot figure and the Grimlock figure that they repainted with this mold. So you can open up his hands, tab those in. Put his sword in his hand. And I can already hear the awesome metal theme of Beast Wars playing, just going off right now with that pose. That looks great. Yeah, it looks really great. Transformation is exactly like the other Dinobot. So, we're going to bring those arms up, bring out those Dino Mode arms from his sides there, out of his ribs, bring up these panels here, bring that section out, bring up the raptor head. Boom, there you go. That part's all done. Pull out that tail section there. We're going to rotate that waist around, and then we're going to fold out the sides of his legs there and collapse that heel into that foot. Next up, there is a whole bunch of pegs and stuff that line up for where the legs go. So we're going to tab this peg into that slot right there, tab that peg into these slots right here, and then these are going to collapse over this section right over here. So quite a bit of stuff to tab in. So it's all about just kind of lining it up. You want to bring those knees all the way up to the thigh there, and then just kind of start tabbing it in as you go, just kind of working your way down the Dino Mode body, and then you're going to bring that right in between the feet there. And then last but not least, you're going to bring this section all the way back over. This is going to cover and tab in right here, and then the little tabs on the sides of the ankle just about right there are going to tab in right there into that slot. So you're just going to kind of push this back, see how that's tabbed in, and then tab that right there. That covers all that up. Now we just come up to the hips, rotate that shoulder all the way around, close in that hip gap there, bring that up, bring that down. There's one side done, rotate that around, and there's one leg all the way transformed. Do the same thing over here, make sure that that shoulder is facing up, bring that down, collapse that in on itself, fold it all the way up, rotate that around, and then just kind of get the legs posed how you like it. And that's pretty much it for the legs. Let's go ahead and pose those arms how we like them. There we go. Now we come to the tail, open that tail back up, put that sword in there, close it, and it just plugs right there onto his butt, and now he's got his tail. And there you have it. And again, stay tuned for the social media Instagram post for this guy. If you're following us on Instagram, make sure you are, because we always promote our reviews on Instagram, and there's all kinds of awesome photos that you might not see on the review on the Instagram page. So if you want to see some cool like mode comparisons, definitely in that. So there you have it. There is Buzzworthy Dinobot and Buzzworthy Pterosaur. What do you think? Were these necessary repaints? Were these repaints you guys were hoping for? Do you like seeing modern figures in the original toy colors? Does it kind of spark a little bit of joy for you, like it does with me in some cases? I will say, when it comes to the original toy colors that they've done recently, the Galvatron in the original Galvatron toy colors, or Galvatron 2, whichever you want to call it, that they did during Kingdom, that is my absolute #1 favorite Galvatron toy. I don't know why. I don't know why it just makes me so happy every time I see it. But which one's your favorite of the original toy color repaints that Hasbro's been doing lately with a bunch of the various characters, whether they're G1 characters or Beast Wars characters? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned for more Transformers reviews. We definitely have more Legacy reviews coming. We have more Beast reviews coming. We have more Buzzworthy Bumblebee reviews coming. So stay tuned for all of that. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out.